Hey everyone, I'm in Elden Ring. Here I want to give you a guide to walk-in mausoleums in Elden Ring. This is one behind me, and they are big walk-in hoofing things that basically enable you to duplicate remembrances. There are only 7 in the game though, so you can only duplicate 7 remembrances, so do pick wisely. And some have a bell underneath them and some don't. This one does not. If they don't have a bell, you won't hear them ringing, and also it seems you don't have quite so many choices over which remembrances you can duplicate from them. So go for the bell one if you can. Now during this guide I'm going to show you all 7 of the walk-in mausoleums in the game, so all of them. The good news is several of them are available early in the game, so there's Peninsula, there's Liurnia of the Lakes, and there's also the Mountaintop of the Giants, the Consecrated Snowfield, and Deeproot Depths. But Liurnia of the Lakes, which is available pretty early in the game, just after the, as you're just defeated Godric the Grafted, you go off to that area from Stormvale Castle, and there are 3 in that area, so that's pretty cool. So you shouldn't really, need them that often. The reason why you might want to duplicate remembrances is certain bosses have 2 nice weapons that you can get when you go to the finger reader at the Roundtable Hold. So I will show you that and explain why that's useful. But let's crack on, show you how to take these down and where they all are. So there are different techniques depending on the mausoleum. So the first thing we need to check is whether this has skulls on the feet, and indeed it does. See those little white skulls? So if we start bashing those and taking those out, what we're trying to do is to get the walk-in mausoleum to sit down, which, whoa, you don't want to get trodden on. Youch. Which, if we keep doing this, we should ensure that the walk-in mausoleum sits down. If only I could hit the skulls, that would be useful, wouldn't it? There we go, we've got some skulls there. So you need to take on quite a few of the skulls before the walk-in mausoleum will sit down. And just be careful that you don't get in the way. So it looks like it's jumping there, so I'm just going to move right out of the way. And then go back in and do this again. And like I say, in this video I will also show all the locations. Oh, I can't get it. There we go, got it. Whoa, jumped. Wow. So we keep working on these skulls. Can't get that one. Or that one. Can I get that one? This might be easier off my horse, to be fair. Let's get rid of Torrent. There we go. So we've hit all those skulls, and then now I'm going to need Torrent to bounce back up. When the mausoleum is sat down, if you go up here and jump off your horse, you can go into the mausoleum by hitting open here. And assuming you've defeated at least a boss and claimed at least one of the remembrances, you should have the ability to reclaim another one here. So you go here and choose Examine Remains, and it says with the Remembrance Duplication menu, you can duplicate remembrances you've previously acquired. This includes remembrances from which you've already drawn out power. Duplication can only be performed once per mausoleum. So the first walk-in mausoleum that you can get to is over in Weeping Peninsula. So let me show you where I am. I'm here at the Isolated Merchant's Shack. If you're not sure how to get to the Weeping Peninsula, this is Limgrave here where you start out. And if you work your way up to Gatefront Ruins, there's a big road that you can run all the way down here and all the way through here. This is really easy if you've got your spectral steed. Walk down here and then off to the west and then over to the Isolated Merchant's Shack. But if you're that early in the game, you really don't need a walk-in mausoleum because you've not taken on any major bosses yet. Anyway, from this location, just head northeast, and there's our walk-in mausoleum in the distance. This one I've already defeated. This one has a bell on the bottom of it, and it was very easy to take down. It's just got the skulls on the feet like we had in the first example. So that's that one. Number 1, down. So here's another walk-in mausoleum. So this one I'm located here. In Liurnia of the Lakes again, and this is sort of near the Church of Vows off to the left, and this one has a bell ringing on it, so there are more options possibly when you go through it. But this one you'll see that there's no skulls on the feet of the mausoleum, so we've got to get up high to take this one down, and that varies depending on the mausoleum, but in this case we need to use a sort of spring step, which is over here. And if we get this right, we should be able to leap onto the mausoleum. This does vary depending on how close it gets. I think we may have to get a little bit closer, but you can see we're going right up in the air there. And a double jump, but not quite going to get it there. There we go. And we're on. Then when you're up here, you can just jump off your horse, and what we're looking for, again, are the white skulls. Not very good at hitting them, am I? There we go, a little bit better. And we have to take these down before we can access the door. Just keep working all the way around, taking off the skulls as we go. And eventually, we should hear that noise, which means the mausoleum is sitting down. And then we'll be able to go in. Whoa, knock me off. And duplicate a remembrance. So in terms of claiming remembrances, at the Roundtable Hold, once you defeat a major enemy, if you go and see this lady. Yeah. She's the finger reader. Thanks. We can then receive the power from remembrance. So I've got two at the minute, remembrance of the grafted and remembrance of the full moon queen. I don't actually need either, but I will show you an example. So we've got the remembrance of the grafted. Let's say I want the axe of Godric. I can't use it. You see it says strength 34, attributes required is in red, so I'm not strong enough to wield this one. This one I can't use either, strength 20, faith 16, but I can still claim it and grab it later. So let's say I want this one. So I go OK, and then I think, oh man, what if I wanted the other thing? This would be a better example actually if you were a mage. You probably want the Carrion Regal Scepter and the Full Moon spell. So again, you can claim these here. So we go here, I'll say I'll have the Carrion Regal Scepter, but I also want the Full Moon spell if I was a mage. I will. So now I've got two remembrances claimed, but I want the other option. So if we go to this walk-in mausoleum, so this was one with the bell on, so this was the one near the Rare Lucaria tunnels or whatever they are. And if we go in here, examine the remains, now you can see I've got this option, remembrance of the grafted or remembrance of the full moon queen. So if I go for this one, it says, do you want to duplicate it? I'll go yes. And then it looks like nothing's happened. But now, if we go back to the Roundtable Hold, remember I already claimed the Regal Scepter, so I was interested in the Full Moon spell. Pretty useless for my samurai, but I'm just showing you the principle behind it. So we go back to the finger reader, and say we received the power, and you can see we'd already claimed the scepter, so I can't claim it again, but I can now get Renella's Full Moon. So we'll go with that, and that's how I've got both remembrances. So one thing to point out about these remembrances is you can only claim 7 because there are only 7 walk-in mausoleums. So be careful what you claim. So it needs to be something that you're really keen on. But for a mage, that one's a no-brainer. Renella's stuff is really cool to have. So both the scepter and the spell. So I'll show you the other locations of the walk-in mausoleums now and explain the differences between them. The next walk-in mausoleum I want to show you is by Old Palace Ruins, which is here. So this is the ruined labyrinth site of grace, and I'm in Liurnia. And there's the Church of Vows that you may know a little bit better, and it's right around here, so we'll just go and find it. So away we go. Just up here. So I think I've already taken this one down, but I'll just show you the location. There it is. So we'll just go up to it. So this one was one where you just take out the skulls on the feet to get to it, but that's where that one is. So nice easy one to do. This one had no bell on it though, so you may not get as many options as you do with the other ones. So there's another walk-in mausoleum in Liurnia of the Lakes, slightly further north. So we had one that was here, by the ruined labyrinth site of grace, and there's another site of grace that you can get to just by going up here. Go round this way and then this way. You'll find the Mausoleum compound site of grace, and then just behind me, like we can see there, is this other walk-in mausoleum going around. So we'll just have a little look at this one and see how this one would take down. Very easy. It's got no bells, so it's not quite as difficult. Sorry, not quite as many options when you take this one down. But it's got the skulls on the feet, so it's exactly the same as the other one to make it drop down, so you can duplicate remembrances of this one. So there it is, just to the north, slightly west of this Mausoleum compound site of grace. Here's the walk-in mausoleum at Mountaintop of the Giants, and it's located just by Castle Sol. So if I just zoom out a little bit, so you're going to need to have accessed the ground lift of Rolled, and then gone all the way along here, and there's this long path that you can take, and then over the bridge to Castle Sol, where you can find Commander Nile, who's a pretty tough boss, to be fair. And you get part of the Halictree's secret medallion here, which you'll also need to access for the Consecrated Snowfield. And the route to Halictree. But anyway, we're right by Castle Sol main gate, and you'll see it here. This one has a bell, and to take it down, you've got the skulls on the feet, so pretty easy one to take down. So that's that one. The next walk-in mausoleum that I want to show you is in the Consecrated Snowfield. So this one is difficult because you need the Halictree's secret medallion to get to it, plus it gets a bit angry when you try and take it down. So I'm here in the Ordina liturgical town. And we're going to go this way, so we're going to go sort of northwest until we find our walk-in mausoleum going around. There it is. You see it there? So let's go and see what this one does. So this one is going to fire fireballs and stuff at us. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful to take this one down. But it is slightly different, so we'll have a little look at it. So you can see we need to get down here from this area. We'll go down here. And that looks like we've got a little golden seed tree there. You've not found that already. And then we'll go this way. So you can see, look at the big fireballs that's going to fire at us. Wow. Pretty dangerous. So just going to try and take this down pretty quick, but this is the most difficult of them all. Maybe we'll get that while we're here. There's something else there. So let's see what we've got. Have we got skulls or not? Yep. Uh-oh. Ouch. So as long as we stay underneath, we should be pretty safe from the magic. Just try not to get clumped. That sounded good. Just come out of the way a little bit. Ouch! Oh, it nearly killed me there. Taking quite a bit to take this one down. Sounds good. Yep, there we go. So it'll stop casting magic now, which is good. Get my seed back. Steed even. And then we'll just have a little look in this one, see whether everything is the same. And you can see I've got access to all of these ones that I could have a little look at and claim one from here. There's a walking mausoleum in Deeproot Depths near this site of grace called the Nameless Eternal City. So we're going to go and get it, or rather going to go and show you where it is. So if we go this way, you can see it over there. So I've taken this one down already. But to get to it, you need to be jumping up onto it while it's walking about. And you can do that by getting up onto these big roots. And then eventually, when it's close enough, you can see that branch there. You should be able to leap off of that one and onto it. And it will have skulls all around the edge to see if there's any skulls. Yeah, there you go. So you take them down to take this one down. This one also has a bell, so it should have more options than some. So yeah, easy one to get if you can get to Deeproot Depths, that is. And that's it for this walking mausoleum guide. I hope it was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up please, that's much appreciated. Have a little look at the rest of my channel because I've got loads of tutorials on Elden Ring and I hope they help you. Trying my best to cover as many things as I think will help in the game. If there's anything that I'm missing, drop me a comment. I'll do my best to help with future tutorials. And if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button please. I'm always doing new tutorials for Elden Ring and many other games and I really appreciate your support. And a little comment would be awesome as well, even if it's a simple thanks. That helps other people know that this guide was good. Thanks so much for your time.